Hey, it's Josie, and thank you so much for joining me here on hold on. Look, see y'all just gonna have to deal with this camera being the way it is. Ugh. Anyway, hi. My name is Josie. I want to know if you felt Neptune go direct. This happened yesterday. Today is the 26th. It happened on the 25th. Okay. So this whole video is about the shift. The shift that we are experiencing right now. Not the big shift, but this particular shift of Neptune, okay? This is irritating me. I'm sitting here like, ugh, because I don't think I'm, ugh. I'll be right back. I'm sitting here like, my stuff ain't level. I knew it wasn't level. That was so weird. I was like, this is not right. Anyway, as y'all can see, I'm sitting on a ball. Now I gotta raise you up. There we go. Anyway, so let's talk about Neptune. Yesterday, hey Audrey. Um, man, yesterday I had this sudden feeling like, oh Lord. Y'all know it's Mercury retrograde, so bear with me. Please have patience. I can't even get started here. Anyway, yesterday, the drama. I laid out on my balcony all day. Like I was outside basically all day, got a blanket and everything. I got comfortable. And I just kept staring at this tree. I watched some hawks like fly, and like I was staring at the sky all day, and never did it occur to me that Neptune, was going direct. But once I came back inside, hey love, thank you for watching. Once I came back inside, I looked at the astrology of the situation and was like, whoa, this is why I'm stuck in meditation mode today. It's like everything just came to a halt. And there was this whisper saying, do nothing, do nothing. Just be here in the present, do nothing, absolutely nothing. So that's what I did yesterday. I didn't do nothing. I could barely eat. So, some of you may be experiencing these things because Neptune went direct. Okay, when Neptune is retrograde, like it has been, it's kind of like, and this is the way I explained it on Facebook, it's kind of like if you're on a floaty because the planet is not moving, ain't nothing happening. Nobody's swimming, nobody's diving, nobody's doing any water sports. You're just on a floaty. You're floating, you can see everything. You can look in the water and see all the fish and everything. You're just floating, right? You can't really do nothing because you're too scared to jump in the water. Or you can't really do nothing because you don't know how to swim. Whatever the case, you're kind of just stuck on this floaty and you have to deal with whichever the way the water takes you. Well, now that Neptune has moved forward and is starting to move again, your floaty busted and now you're in the water. Whether you like it or not. So now where you were just observing everything, now you're knee deep in it. You're seeing, you're feeling, you're hearing, you're sensing. This is another thing that Neptune does. It heightens your senses. You become hypersensitive depending on where it is in your chart. In that area, you just become really in tune to that area. If it's in the fourth house, you start to become really intuitive at home. You see what I mean? In your 10th house, really intuitive out there in the public, in your profession. You see what I mean? So it's kind of like being rational in a way, but not too rational. When Neptune goes retrograde, it's one of those, you're able to, you should be able to see through people's bull and take the more rational approach. But when it moves forward, those rose-colored glasses come back on, and you're all creative, you're intuitive, you're idealistic, but you still gotta keep that rationality. So yeah, there's an adjustment period. You know how when you get new glasses, if you've ever experienced that, you have to adjust to them. You got to get used to them, because when you walk, everything else moves. Ugh. So if you've had a hard time meditating before now, it should start to get easier, and you should start to be able to have longer meditations now, okay? If you hadn't been remembering your dreams, you should probably be able to remember them now that Neptune is moving, okay? So we're dealing with Neptune, the planet of illusion. Things are not as they appear, okay? So there's a certain way I want to do this video. I didn't think it all the way through, but it's okay. Y'all gonna get me, okay? We're dealing with Neptune, the planet of illusion, and it's in full effect right now, right? It's going and it's moving, right? But we're also dealing with Mercury, and it's standing still. So with these two things happening at the same time, we can easily skip steps, easily not read the fine print. We can easily just say, oh, that's okay. When somebody's trying to sell you insurance or some kind of protection plan to the device that you're trying to buy, I don't need it right now. What you're missing is the fact that that's the only time you can purchase it. You can't go back and get it later. So you may be all intuitive and in tune and all this and that, but you can also have this detachment to reality that's not really cool. So you got to have that balance, okay? Don't forget about the details, while all of a sudden you're getting all of these psychic messages and dreams, and you see in the future all of a sudden. Don't take on the attitude that just because you know that money is going to disappear, just because you know certain outcomes, or you have this awareness, don't decide that you don't need to work anymore, because you're still here and you're still right now, okay? And right now, money is still here, and that is a form of energy that you're going to need to use in order to acquire what you need. Because, it can be that way. You will go full hippie if you don't watch out. All right. Okay. So we're dealing with Neptune and we're dealing with Mercury right now, right? So with the Neptune energy, you may be called to cleanse and purify. All right. Cleansing and purifying. This may mean all of a sudden you want to water fast. All of a sudden you want to be vegetarian, or you want to be vegan. All of a sudden food that you usually eat just does not agree with you, and it actually hurts your body, okay? Or because for some odd reason, this is just the channel message that I'm getting, you may start eating different foods that you were not eating before. Again, we dealing with that enigma of Pisces, that enigma of Pisces energy, right? So, oh, how could I forget? Well, duh. There's a full moon happening too, so that may be what's causing y'all to act like pregnant women when it comes to cravings and things like that, doing anything to make yourself feel better. Again, that's where this cleanse and purify comes in, because you may have all of these hard cravings right now. It could be sex, drugs, rock and roll, food, right? Whatever. But your body is like, no, don't put that in your temple. No, not right now, because that aspirin, that Tylenol, regular stuff that you would normally, get will have an adverse effect on you. So if you're a coffee drinker, you drink coffee every day, ain't never bothered you. All of a sudden, you'll have an adverse effect because of it. Let me open y'all up because I'm not seeing nobody's comments. They disappear. They so tiny. Um, but yeah, lots of wacky stuff going on. Understand that you're dealing with an enigmatic energy, meaning smoke and mirrors. It's one way and then it's another way. You know what I mean? Um, so, and remember, these are general messages for the collective too. So, whatever cleanse and purify means for you. Some of y'all might be seeking counseling, okay? Because when you got Mercury and you've got Neptune together, that could create a whole lot of mental instability, especially with Mercury going retrograde. I mean, with Mercury being retrograde, because Neptune wants to move forward and be idealistic, creative, wants to, deal with the spiritual side of life, and everything is energy, right? And Mercury is all like, well, is everything energy? Are you sure? It can make you very, what do you call it, insecure. It can have you second guessing yourself. And bam, this is where intuition comes in. Another Piscean ruled thing, okay? Neptune rules Pisces, therefore you got a lot of Piscean energy going on here. This is where you have to trust your intuition, trust yourself, because Mercury will have you second guessing all kinds of stuff when it comes to the intellectual plane. And you can easily be manipulated because of that. Okay? Right now, these are the energies that we're dealing with. So you're going to have to practice healthy detachment. Okay? Healthy detachment, because you're dealing with air. Air does not like to be held down. Air does not like to be contained. It likes to just roam freely. Some of y'all might all of a sudden decide that you want to travel. I want y'all to look at this. Some of y'all might get it. Some of y'all might not get it. Okay? This is cleanse and purify, and this is air. Y'all see them triangles? You know what happens when them triangles come together? Y'all know that symbolism, some of you. That's all I'm going to give you on that one. So you've got the term have faith, and then you got the term cleanse and purify. Meaning, if you got to get rid of people out of your life, have faith and understand that you are doing the right thing and that you are following your guidance. Do you see what I mean? Don't continue to let Mercury, the trickster, mess with your mind, trying to decide, did I do the right thing when I cut that person off? Did I do the right thing when I stopped, allowing this situation? Yes, you did the right thing. Okay? What I want y'all to understand is Pisces and Virgo are on the same axis. You do have the ability to be rational. You do have the ability to think, even though it may seem like you're being thrown around in this water because your damn floaty just busted. If you stop flailing around and stop moving the water around, you'll be able to see clearly. Okay? Be still, because that's what Pisces is asking you to do. Be still. For those of you who don't swim, I'm sorry, I can't help you. But when you are submerged in water, you cannot see unless you are still and moving slowly like Pisces wants you to do. And then when you're able to see, you're able to analyze your surroundings. That's that Virgo part of Pisces. You're able to analyze your surroundings and come up with a plan to move forward. Okay? So yes, get up on your meditation. The last thing I want to talk about is that third eye on fleek right now. Some of y'all who've never had a third eye experience, good luck to you during this time because it's very interesting. Okay. Pisces also rules the intuition, the vision, the clairvoyance of the situation. So you may be seeing some things, some people, time travelers. Not everything you see that's not hard is a ghost. Sometimes they're real people traveling through time, people bilocating. There's a lot to this. There's a rabbit hole. Just know there's a rabbit hole, okay? So, with all that being said, here's the topper. Here are the candles on top of the birthday cake. On the 29th, we have another 11, 11, 11 days. Right after y'all get finessed by Neptune while you're all jacked up with Mercury retrograde, we have another activation day. By the way, how were you feeling after the first time we hit 11, 11, 11? Did you feel that? Did anything change? Because you're about to get another dose of it. It's like getting vaccinations, you know? We want to make sure, we're going to light you up. We're going to enlighten you. We're going to give you some information. We're going to have you step into your abilities. And then, before we leave you alone for a little while, we're going to make sure it sticks. You are not alone. You are not going crazy. If you do need to seek some kind of mental health professional, do so. Ain't nobody going to judge you. Do what you need to do, because sometimes it's not about the fact that this mental health professional is going to fix you. No, it's just about the fact that you need to be heard. And if you're going through paranormal experiences, that's what psychics are for. That's what your soul fam is for. Find somebody you trust so you can tell them about that dream where you was half dinosaur, half man, half baby. And they won't judge you. Okay? Because you about to see some stuff that you probably didn't see before. And it doesn't even matter if you've already been on a journey and if you're already intuitive and using your gifts. You next level now. And this is one of those situations where spiritually you are being asked, can you handle this? Are you ready for this? But at the same time, it doesn't matter whether you're ready or not. It's happening and you can't stop it. So you have to learn to swim. You have to learn to see in the water. This is what's happening right now. It's just like a kid. I learned how to swim this way. I got thrown in the deep end of the swimming pool. No joke. Just that's it. Didn't nobody hold me and no. I got thrown in the pool and had to figure it out. And that's what's happening with y'all right now. So your tools are to be still so you can see, because moving water around is just going to blur everything out. Be still so you can see. Okay? And then while you're still, while you're analyzing your surroundings and things like that, in that stillness, be open to receive messages as well. So you have your plan. But God, source energy, spirit has its plan. And those two things need to go together. Okay, I have this idea. Do you have anything to add to it? Okay, I'm confident now. Let's move forward. Because once you start moving around again, you're not going to see anymore. So that's why we meditate every day, right? You got to meditate, be still, receive what you need to receive, have your plan, right? And then once you get up and start moving around, you don't see no more. All you know is the last bit of information you got, right? And we come back to that meeting, to that morning meeting, that afternoon meeting, that evening meeting with spirit. Oh, you're going to have to lean on your spiritual practice, on your inner self, your inner knowing. Because, yeah, it's getting real out there. So hopefully this helped y'all. Hopefully. I'm from Texas. So yeah, harder, faster, stronger, longer. That's this energy now. But understand, you're here because you're supposed to be here. Okay? We all here. We all are going through some level of craziness. Okay? You'll be all right. Everybody will be all right. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. I'm trying to think of the next video that I'm supposed to shoot. I'm sitting here like, dang, that's another thing. Y'all might have issues with memory right now too. Dropping complete thoughts. That is normal. That is an ascension symptom. And if you hadn't seen my ascension symptoms video, you might want to check that out. But yeah, you could be talking about something and drop a whole complete thought right in the middle of it. That's this energy that you're dealing with. And it's okay because you will adjust. The key is slowing down. That's all. Have a beautiful day, loves. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching, sharing, liking, subscribing, and have a beautiful day.